In this very hall, 25 years ago, we have started a new stage of history of Lithuanian Republic. So, what have we wanted back then, while escaping from Soviet Union and creating our own government? When we declared our independence, this concept had a real content within it, and we were aiming to fulfill this content with the 11th of March. Back then, we wanted to have our own money, have the right to set our own taxes, have our own customs, and first of all, we wanted to have our own laws. Laws that would work in Lithuania the way we conceive them. This was more or less what we imagined the content of independence to be back then. This was what we've strived for, and this was what we've got. Since the 11th of March 1990, in 1 year of Supreme Council, we filled the independence with this content. So now, 25 years have passed. It's going to be a big celebration. People will climb to the tribunes and talk about Lithuanian independence. But does the content of this independence remain the same today as it was 25 years ago? And the people who will climb to the tribunes to speak, to use that independence word all the time? Personally, I can't comprehend what content do they put in these words. The independent Lithuanian Republic. We no longer have our currency. We have no right to set our customs. Most taxes are no longer under our control too. And most important, our laws no longer have significance in our country. Today, our laws are secondary to the laws of the European Union. Therefore, I appeal to colleagues who will talk about independence to answer me, themselves and the people. What is the content of independence they will talk so much about? Can it be said today that nothing has changed? That the content of independence remains the same as it was 25 years ago? Obviously, it's not. And you might wonder, what does he mean to say, or where he calls us? I invite you to not be afraid, to admit yourself the truth. Today we are a part of a new geopolitical entity, and being part of that entity, we will inevitably have given up many aspects of our independence. Our money, customs, rule of our laws, even our budget is nowadays controlled by Brussels. And not only Lithuania is in this situation, all European countries are in such situation. I simply call on colleagues to not be afraid to admit the truth. Even if we would pretend that nothing has changed over the past 25 years, we will be lying to ourselves, our children, our people, and would be sinking deeper and deeper into the swamp of lies. That lie will entangle us so badly, we will turn into the entity we stormed out 25 years ago. That entity also was deep in the swamp of lies. So I say again, it is obvious that after 25 years and after joining the European Union, the content of independence has changed. Do not be afraid to admit it. The situation is the same in all countries of the European Union. The history will show our next steps. But today we have what we have. A question may arise. What is the meaning of the 11th of March now, as the content of independence has changed? The answer is very simple. The importance of March 11th only increased. We, then deputies of the Supreme Council, have created the instruments of the independent state. The process was crowned with the advent of new constitution. We gave people the instruments of living free and independently from others. If people chosen something different, it is under their will what to do with those instruments. The Supreme Council has created and left to the people all the instruments of independence before withdrawing. I can only respect the actions of people using those instruments, changing the content of independence and foregoing most aspects of that content. I respect this choice, but let's not lie to ourselves. The importance of March 11th has only increased. Again, it was creation of instruments of free and independent life. Thus, today I congratulate everyone with 25th anniversary of the 11th of March, with the real content of independence. Good luck to us all.